In today's video, I'm going to be walking you guys through a trade that I've taken using the ICT silver bullet strategy. If you didn't know, the ICT silver bullet trading model is a time-based trading model that works best with specific Forex pairs and focuses on high probability trade setups. The strategy works best with fair value gaps, liquidity sweeps, and market structure shifts. So just before I break down the trade, let me take you guys through this mandatory checklist. First things first, London session, we want to focus on 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. New York time, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. London time. AM session, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. London time. PM session, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. New York time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. London time. For this specific setup that I took my trade on, I used the AM session with 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time. The recommended pairs for this strategy are SPX 500, NAS 100, Euro USD, and GBP USD. For this specific setup, I used Euro USD. Euro USD, in my opinion, is one of the best pairs to find this setup on. For the time frame, we want to focus on the 5-minute. We want to mark out our liquidity highs and lows just before our time window, which is 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in this specific instance. We want to anticipate the breakout of buy side or sell side liquidity. Then we want to anticipate a market structure shift alongside with a displacement. Then we want to enter off of the 1-minute or the 3-minute fair value gap for a more refined entry, targeting the opposing liquidity or the previous lows or highs. So just before I actually show the setup, let me show you guys how it would look as a diagram. So as you guys can see, this line here represents the 10 a.m. open and this line here represents the 11 a.m. close. Now we can see here price is quite bullish before the market open. Just before the market open, we want to mark out our liquidity highs and lows. So we can see here we have a high right here, we have a low right here, and we have a low right over here. The first liquidity to get taken out, whether it's sell side or buy side, that's where we're going to determine whether to take buys or sells. As you can see here, buy side got taken out right over here. Now once buy side was taken out, price retraced back down and also caused us a market structure shift. Once we caused the market structure shift, we now know price has shifted from bullish to bearish. Once the market structure shift happened, we also created an imbalance around here. This is where we're going to draw out our order block from the fair value gap. From our fair value gap, we want to place our entry and our stop loss and our take profit either at this liquidity right here or this liquidity right here. So to make it simpler, you can either make this TP1, TP2, or to stay on the safe side, you can just target this most recent liquidity. Now, just before I get into the live breakdown, if you guys want to get funded 6 figures in trading capital completely guaranteed in the space of just a few hours, be sure to click the first link in the description, which will lead you to my Telegram, where you will be guided in the swift funding procedure. If you didn't know, the failure rate for passing a prop firm challenge is in fact over 90%. Instead of wasting money failing multiple challenges one after the other, we can pass your challenge and get you funded 5 or 6 figures the very same day, completely guaranteed. On top of that, if we happen to fail your challenge, you will receive a full refund plus $200 on top for wasting your time. That's how confident we are in our systems. Be sure to take this opportunity and drop the message FASTPASS through Telegram. This is a golden opportunity that you do not want to miss out on. And for those of you who want to take this opportunity to a whole other level, I have a unique trading algorithm specifically tailored to pass prop firm challenges with prop firms such as FTMO and all the other major firms who allow EA trading. Once your challenge is passed, this system also goes on to generate you anywhere from 4 to 12% a month, depending on market conditions. Now, I know that's a bold statement to make, but with many of my clients passing challenges and consistently receiving payouts, I could only imagine what a fantastic opportunity this is for you. If you're interested in joining the EA program, be sure to message the word EA to the second link in the description below. Now let's continue with the video. So now that we're on the live example, let's mark out our liquidity highs and our lows. So right here we have a high, over here we have a low, And essentially, we're going to wait for either one of these to get taken out before we can determine our next move. Now, as we play price out, we can see price has just taken out the buy side liquidity. Now, once price took out this buy side liquidity, we were also followed with a market structure shift, which we can mark out right here. How do we know this is a market structure shift? We can see the most recent higher low was taken out by this move in price. What was also created just after the market structure shift was a fair value gap. With our fair value gap, as I explained before, it starts from the tip of the first candle to the tip of the third candle. So it would be drawn out like so. This order block here would be our entry and our stops would be somewhere around here above the imbalance. Our take profit would be either this liquidity or this liquidity. It's completely up to you whether you want to set it as TP1, TP2, or just target this one to be on the safe side. Even if we get down to the 1 minute, as you can see, we can also mark out a more refined entry. Now what we can do is we can either set our entry at the 50% of this order block or at the bottom, like so. Our stop loss, as I mentioned earlier, can be set either here or here to be on the safe side. For this particular setup, I placed it right over here. Our take profit, as I mentioned earlier, can either be this low right here or this low right here. Either one gives us a pretty good setup. This one gives us a 1 to 3. This one gives us a 1 to 2. What we can also do is place it in between these liquidities, just about in the middle. Now, as we watch price play out, we can see we tap in to our order block, price plays out before dropping down to our take profit. Just to give you a quick run through again, we mark out our liquidities. Price took out our buy side liquidity right at the 10 a.m. open. Then we had a market structure shift caused by a fair value gap, which we then retraced back up to and entered off of before we dropped back down to our take profit. So I hope you guys found this breakdown beneficial. Once again, if you want to get funded anywhere from 5 to 6 figures in just a few hours, completely guaranteed, make sure you click the first link down below and message the phrase FastPass. If you want to step it up a level and automate your funding and payout process, be sure to click the second link below and message the word EA to get on board my program. Slots are limited for both programs, so be sure to take this opportunity while it's there. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more valuable content.